Well, hello, all of you listeners and watchers out there in YouTube land. This is Audioheads, Geeks Assembled. Today we're discussing aliens in the mind. I know you think, oh, great, they're just going to be talking about themselves. The whole 30-minute podcast is going to be nothing but them talking about themselves. But no, actually, because we audio heads, we listen to audio adventures put on by various production companies and various eras. This is actually an audio drama with an American and a Brit, Vincent Price, or is Vincent Price Canadian?
No.
Let's hope he is, because we just don't want anybody too serious. And then Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing, you say, oh my gosh, Grandma Tarkin and yeah, Doctor Who, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, that's true. And the Hammer horror and the Hammer horror for Vincent Price, yeah, that's true too. Oh my gosh, these are the kind of quality like actors that we have found that are part of what we're listening to. Anyway, Lee Wilson is over there. He's going to share with us uh, how he found listening to aliens in the mind.
Well, I do. You know what? I do wish Vincent Price had done Hammer Horror, but he never did.
Okay, so I was that was a
I've
wish
always
as
wanted to,
well.
but listening to this could have been a Hammer
Uh
Horror
huh.
movie.
Uh huh.
You had you had the sense, the suspense of a Hammer Horror, but Hammer Horror had stopped making movies a couple of years before. Um, yeah, this is from what January 1977, the
1977.
year that Cushing was Tarkin.
I
Uh,
know. That's right. Oh wow. Oh geez, go on.
and so this is based on an idea by Robert Holmes. We, if the
Oh
sci-fi
my gosh.
community know Robert Holmes as one of the best writers of sci-fi for British TV, in
Mm-hmm.
especially Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you do get, when you listen to this, you do get the sense of his writing. His
Oh,
writing does come
sure
through.
do.
Um, yeah, it's a six-parter. Each episode round about 25 to 27 minutes long.
Much
Uh,
like Doctor Who.
mhm. um, yeah, it's set on a Scottish island to begin with,
Uh-huh.
where two people turn up at a funeral of their friend who mysteriously walked off a cliff in a foggy night.
Uh-huh.
But both of them don't believe that was what happened. And soon found out that there's a community of human mutants who are able to control the mind by telepathically.
They
Um,
are able to be controlled. They are
yeah,
not controlling. Right.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go
Um,
ahead.
if you're a mutant, they can be controlled. Um, so there's no aliens per se, as in from outer space. This is mutant. What do you call it? Evolution, shall we say?
Hmm.
Um, and of course,
So
you've got
are you saying this is more like Marvel than Star Wars?
um, I don't know really. I don't know. I'm not going down the X-Men route. But this is you've got Vincent Price as Professor Curtis Lark.
Uh-huh.
I love these names. Peter
What a
Cushing
lark.
as John Cornelius, and both of them
Uh-huh.
are friends. As you say, one British, one American. Um, and listen to this as well. It, I got the feeling of going back to the Doctor Who thing of Jago and Lightfoot.
Mhm.
I got the Robert Holmes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just got the way they were toing and froing.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not set. It's not set in Victoria. It's set in modern day 1970s.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, as it was then. It's not modern day now. Because we're 2025 now. But yeah, and it's all
Uh-huh.
about that. It's all about them finding a young girl. What's her name? Flora, who
Flora.
was one what could control. She was one of the controllers. Um, so they sort of pulled her out of the Scottish community, tried to get her away, but unfortunately she's killed. And it turns out there's a plan to control the British government.
True.
Um, you always have to have something with the British government. um, yeah, and there's a twist at the end when the true villains are unmasked, shall we say? Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I enjoyed the six parters. It didn't drag, and I think that was because of the two main actors. You can't go wrong with Cushing and Price, and
So true.
also Christopher Lee as well. You can't with those three. But I know he's not
I
in this.
know.
uh,
Nice.
the icon. These two are just iconic horror icons. I know they've been in other movies what are not horror, but they are known for mainly the horror roles they've done. And just to hear them, because I've never heard this before, um, and it was just a delight to listen to. Yes, and discovered a newly discovered audio for me. So I know it's not Big Finish; it's BBC Radio, and BBC Radio do damn good audios as well.
But this was released in 1977, so
Yeah,
there
broadcast.
isn't any way they didn't start until 1997 or 1999 or something, and
No, yeah,
this is just like 20 years before that. So,
yeah.
but it still has a lot of the same feel. Go on, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm just saying that our main review is of Big Finish mainly with
Yeah, we do draw most of our listening
yeah,
things from.
I'm just stating that BBC radio drama does do a hell of a lot of good radio drama as well, and also
Yeah,
Battle Gab as well does as well. Um, well, a lot of
right.
other companies do, but we mainly sort of stick to Big Finish. But we do go off sometimes and fan BBC Radio and drag it into the fold. But yeah, I enjoyed this. It was atmospheric. The sound effects in this was when the mutant starts trying to use her telepathy. I can't even say it, telepathy. Um, and it was for me. It was just Vincent Price and Peter Cushing. You could tell because they were friends in real life. Um, them two, and Christopher Lee, they were both all close friends in real life, and it comes through. These two working together like in
Yeah,
this. So
yeah.
yeah, I enjoyed it. What about you, Susan?
Well, yeah, I liked the part that I mean the fact that it sort of started in Scotland and then eventually they had to drive down to London and uh during that transition from Scotland to London, there was like this. There were these conversations that you just, that were all about, well, what's the design? Why are they going to London? And why did Flora go down there? And Flora was worried about getting killed, and basically she created the brandish moment where the person that she was controlling actually ended up killing her.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know, like there's no sort of um self-preservation going on with her. And then they were looking for this other controller, because they were like, but there's still people, there's still mutants. And apparently if two mutants have a child, that one will be a controller. It's kind of like what they think about hippies and stuff. Anyway, like there's like a backlash hippie thing going on in this story too. The other thing that's really interesting is the fact that in this story, I can't remember who it was an aside from, but somebody said, we are. I think it was. I think it was Peter Cushing. I think it was Cornelius that said, we're just like a double act. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I mean, that's meta for what Robert Holmes was famous for. I mean, that was like the Rene Basilico referencing or punch dropping, meme dropping what Robert Holmes was famous for.
Yeah.
And that was freaking sweet. I was like, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that. I just hear that? To rewind it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And yeah, I love that they brought, that they actually put Robert Holmes, something of Robert Holmes actually in the story, because that was great. And the other thing that I noticed was that Vincent Price, he was so emotional in this. It wasn't like he usually plays like Dr. Pfizer or whatever. He was really playing pretty much a straight down the line scientist.
Oh, but him and Cushing were uh, straight actors.
Yeah,
Straight film actors.
but this was eating the scenery. I mean, like
Yeah.
they were just like, there was so much emotion in this. It was great. And then the other thing, I really liked the fact that I really liked the fact uh that you know it was broken into six parts. It just felt like each part had a little bit of a cliffhanger kind of
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah. Uh, Also, as well, because we're Doctor Who fans of the classic series, um,
Yes.
there was a connection with Doctor Who in this, an actor. Um, I can't remember the character, but Richard Herndon played
Richard Herndon. Yeah.
one of the characters in this story, who we all
Yeah.
know
The
was
first time.
was the first Doctor replacement in the Five Doctors. So
Hmm.
a little bit of connection there,
Yeah, just a little bit.
because
So there was two of the first doctors in this. There was Peter
oh yeah,
Cushing and Richard. Mm.
and also as well, Vincent Price was down to play Scratchman in
Oh, fun in
the story. What
Tom Baker.
never got made.
That's fantastic. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yes, he was in line to do it, but it never happened.
Oh my gosh.
Now that would have been awesome. That would Vincent Price,
That would
Tom.
have been.
Wow.
My God.
But yeah, a great. I like I love when we discover something like this.
And Vincent Price would have made a good first Doctor for the American series if they had they gone that way.
Oh, God, I hope not.
I said if
Only the
they
Brits can
had
do it.
all right. Silence again by the Brits. That's okay. I can take it. I know the value of this transoceanic relationship. I'm not an
You see,
idiot.
in my books, it has to be a British actor who plays them.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
But if we go across the pond to America, our British actors can play the captain of the Enterprise anytime as well.
Ha 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 ha. I know. I know. And the Canadians could play the captain of the Enterprise,
Yeah.
and the you know a woman can it's just anybody really
You'll just
any
have it.
great
You'll just have
any
any.
great actors can. So okay, so that's good. And we all know that Vincent Price also did voiceover work for Michael Jackson, did voiceover work that inspired the Moody Blues. I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff. So
And he was really Vincent Price was really adopted by the Brits as well.
I know it's
He,
true.
he became an adopted son of Brit because he was always over here,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
um, making movies and stuff. And he's
Yeah.
to be honest, the way he spoke, he could have passed as a Brit
Uh-huh.
because he had that dialect.
Quite right.
Yeah,
He knew how to do receive pronunciation.
yeah.
That's for sure.
But yeah,
Okay, so anything else that's riding into your brain that wants to control your thoughts and take you in a different direction on this podcast?
I must go this way. Yeah, I think we've done most of it now, haven't we? Trying to think. Yeah, no, I think we've talked about most of what went on there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I will ask your final say and score, please, then, please.
I will. I will no, because it's a new found discovery for me. This I've never heard it before, and I just saw it and I thought, oh, let's do that because the cover of um the CD, which I haven't got, but online you can see the cover of the CD. It's drawn and exactly like the old Target books, like
Mm.
like the imagery like that. So for me, Cushing, Price, tops. They'll always be up there for me. One if few of my favourite actors. Um, great six-parter. So for me, it is out of 10.
All right. And for me,
I hope you got
I
all that.
will. Yeah, I got all that. I got the 10 out of 10 for
Came through. Did it come
you.
through?
It came through.
Good.
And for me, I enjoyed this a lot. I thought that it was, I mean, the six different parts were had. I mean, they had such cool names too. I mean, the first one was Island Genesis, which is talking about the Scottish island. Then, and then, oh my gosh, what happened here? Oh, geez.
You
Okay.
haven't paid your bill.
Um. Yep. I know.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Then the second one's called Hurried Exodus. Then the third one's called Unexpected Visitations, and the
yeah.
fourth one is called Official Intercessions, which is all about when they go down to the capital, to London town. The genetic revelations, when you find out that these things are all genetically inspired. And that was cool because DNA was just basically discovered by Crick and Watson like earlier that year or something. And then Final Tribulations. So it was there were a lot of cool things about it
Yeah.
that were discussed, and the plot was great. The story was great. I'll give this 10 10 genetic markers for mutation out of 10, and let you know that you know a lot of us mutants are still
Oh,
planning
what?
to try to remove the mind control on various other ones in our community this year. So that's what we're up to. We're
Mm,
transparent. We like the fact that we have intellectual integrity and we do not lie. So that's what we mutants are saying to you, our faithful and fearless listeners and watchers and subscribers, putting bell notification after you subscribe. Ding ding. Did you hear that? I don't know. And if you want to join us, you got to be ready at 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time every night on a Sunday night. And having watched our whatever we're watching or listened to whatever we're listening to, because audio heads is really my cup of tea. I really enjoy listening to a good story. I totally live my life with somebody else's dream going on in my head, and the reality that this story had such good narration that Lee never even mentioned it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, that right there sets it apart from all the other ones ever. Okay, and then the other thing is if you want to join us, tell Lee that you want to join us. Use
yeah.
mind control if you must, and leave him a message below, or you leave him a message on the Facebook group. Join Geeks Assemble Facebook group. We welcome you. Just come on in and sit a spell and check out the nerdy things that we do. And then also, uh, you can find us on X. Still, we're on X, even though X may not like us. We still like X. And then the other thing is Lee has an awesome Instagram site, shows our weekly outings,
Yeah.
and please do give him a like for every one of his posts, and do follow him there. And on all of this, I'd just like to say thanks, and thank you to the BBC Channel 4 for making such amazing audio adventures back in the day, and Robert Holmes for spreading his genius around. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for
Cool.
watching.
Bye.